Hello, hope you're all doing good today. Different angle here for our camera. We're going to go ahead and load up the 1851. Wanted to show you some of the things that we use. Anyway, the powder we're going to be using is 777, triple FG, which is a black powder substitute. The balls we're going to be using are a 44 caliber. The diameter is 454. I don't know. There you go. And now these wads are for 36 caliber, but just have the package out here for representation. This is what the 44 caliber wads look like. As you can tell, they're a little larger. We're going to be using CCI percussion caps number 10. I only had one problem with them one time, so they seem to be doing pretty good. We will be using a powder measure. You never want to fill straight from your flask. If there's a little spark down or ember down inside the chamber and you go to fill your cylinder out of this, you could potentially be holding a hand grenade in your hand. So never use this to fill directly into your revolver. And we're going to be using a capper. So we'll show you how to use the bore butter. Now the felt wads and the bore butter do two things. Help prevent chain fire. In other words, from a spark. In other words, from a spark coming out of here when you're firing, going down into another cylinder and igniting that cylinder. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be loading with approximately, let's say 18 grains of powder. I'll show loading a couple of these here and the different ways. Okay, the first three, what we're going to do is we're going to use wads, and then the last two I'll show you how to use the bore butter. Now you put your revolver half cock, pour your powder in the cylinder, put the wad in, kind of get that evened out a little bit, stick your ball in there, rotate it underneath the ramrod. Oh, it's not down front. There we go. Now this ramrod is really short, so what I did was I took just a little piece of PVC piping with a flare fitting on there to give me just a little bit. I'm trying to get this in the picture where you could see the ball being rammed down into the cylinder here. And there's probably not enough light on that, huh? I don't know if that helped or not. Anyway, once you ram it down, you'll notice what you want after you load it. I don't know if you can see that little ring of lead around the cylinder there. You want that little tiny ring of lead to come off. That shows you that you got a good seat down in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and load two more just like that. lead. And we'll do one more. We'll do this one off of screen, save you some time. Now these last two cylinders, I'm not going to put a wad in there. I'm just going to take the ball, ram it home. There's a little ring of lead shaving. Okay, we got all 5 cylinders. Well, there's 6 cylinders. We only load 5. That's what they call a cowboy load. That way we could put the hammer down on an empty chamber. Okay, now on the 2 that I did not put a wad in, what we're going to do, oops, I just bypassed it. Okay, we're going to put board butter on there. Now I told you that there's 2 things that the board butter and the wads do. 1, it helps prevent chain fire. 2, it lubricates the barrel and the cylinder, keeps that fouling in there soft. Okay, well, my board butter it's about 90 degrees out here, so it's not wanting to cooperate too good, but we'll get some in there and show you what that looks like. Well, my board butter's not cooperating. It's just too hot out here. Okay, now we're all loaded up, and the only thing left to do is to put primers on, or caps, on the nipples, or as they used to be called, the cones. Okay, now I got a capper here, and I had to do a little bit of work on it. I had to file it down just a little bit to get it to work good on here. So let's go ahead. Now at this point in time, make sure you don't put any of your body in front of those cylinders, because as soon as this cap goes on, you do have a loaded firearm. Uh-oh, almost lost that cap. Definitely got to get a different capper. This one's not working out too good. It doesn't seem to hold them in there properly. I don't know if... Now that one did. See, sometimes it does and sometimes it don't. See how that one just about popped out of there? And you know what I just did? I capped the empty cylinder. Getting in here talking and complaining about this capper. Oh, let me get my pocket knife out. Okay. There we go. Then what I like doing is, I learned this from another YouTuber. He's got quite a following. Yeah, I can't even remember the name of his channel, Duelist, but there's a number that goes with that. Okay, and then what you want to do is bring this around. You can see the cylinders that you have capped. I hope that's showing up good. Bring it around to where that empty one's right there. That way when you pull back, you put that hammer down on an empty cylinder, and we're loaded and ready. So let me get a target of some type set up here, and we'll fire these off. Alright, here we go. I got a target set up. Oh gosh, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull this out and see how it's doing. Okay, the first two we fire off are going to be the ones with the boar butter. And I'm going to be using two hands on this because I'm trying to see how accurate it's shooting. No cap jams, no problems. It worked great. We do have one piece of a cap in there. I'll bring it around so you can see it. You can, oh, let me turn the camera light on here. I don't know if that's going to help or not. You can see right in behind this nipple. See the cap there? Now what happens sometimes is those little pieces fall in behind the hammer there and jam it up. But it seems to work okay this time. Anyway, that's the loading and firing. And it wasn't too bad on the target there, I don't think. Gonna have to wait until we get on a bench. Oh, let me turn this up where you can see me now. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get on a bench somewhere where we can kind of just rest our arms on a sturdy surface and see how it works out. But anyway, that's the loading and firing. So till next time, stay prepared. Please like, subscribe, share my videos, and comment down below. What do you think of the black powder firing, and what do you think about black powder for SHTF situations? You know, you might not be able to get ammunition. Black powder is pretty easy to make if you can get saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal. What would be even better is flintlocks. Flint you can find, percussion caps you can't. Anyway, stay prepared.